I still remember the day I married Claire like it just happened. We stood under the open sky of Savannah, Georgia, surrounded by Spanish moss and the scent of magnolias. She looked like a dream walking down the aisle, hair pinned up in soft curls, eyes filled with everything we'd been through. After 5 years of long-distance, late-night phone calls and endless waiting, we were finally one. It was perfect. But the universe, it seems, had other plans. Just 2 weeks after the wedding, Claire felt unusually tired. We thought it was post-wedding stress, but a visit to the doctor shattered our new beginning. Stage 3, aggressive. You need to begin treatment immediately. That one sentence changed everything. I looked at her sitting in the cold exam room, the light overhead flickering faintly. Her fingers wrapped around mine, not with strength, but desperation. She didn't cry then, but later that night, when she thought I was asleep, I heard her sobbing into her pillow. That night, I lay awake, heart pounding, staring at the ceiling. And in that darkness, I made a decision. The next morning, before sunrise, I packed a small bag and quietly slipped out. I didn't leave a note. I didn't wake her. Because if I told her the truth, that I was going to sell my only property, the home I inherited from my parents in Boise, Idaho, she would have never let me go. She was already losing hope, convinced she wouldn't survive. She had started saying things like, "Let's just make the most of the time I have." But I couldn't accept that. So I didn't ask. I didn't tell. I just went. When she woke up that morning, here's what she saw. The bed beside her was empty. My phone sat on the nightstand, still charging. She called it, and heard the ringtone echo from the living room. The closet door was slightly ajar. Some of my shirts were missing. My old brown boots, the leather wallet she gifted me, my watch, all gone. She searched the apartment, confused, then terrified, and finally, heartbroken. She thought I had left her, that I couldn't handle the truth, that I couldn't keep my vows. She crumbled to the floor, whispering, "You promised you'd stay." But while she was falling apart, I was on a flight across the country. I met a buyer within hours, no back and forth. I signed the deed, accepted the payment, and transferred every dollar I had to Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, one of the world's best cancer hospitals. I flew back home 2 days later. When I opened the door, Claire was sitting on the couch, knees pulled to her chest, looking like a ghost. Her eyes met mine, wide and wounded. I walked straight to her, dropped to my knees, and whispered, "I didn't leave you. I just couldn't tell you the truth. You would have stopped me, but I had to try, because I believe you're going to live, and I won't let you give up, even if you've given up on yourself." She broke into tears in my arms, but this time, not out of grief, but out of something deeper. Love, relief, hope. The following week, we flew to Minnesota. It wasn't easy. The chemo, the surgeries, the fear. There were nights we both cried, days we didn't speak, moments where the light seemed far away. But we made it. She made it. 8 months later, Claire rang the hospital bell, the one that marks the end of cancer treatment. Her hair had started to grow again. Her smile had returned. Her laugh echoed again in our home. Sometimes she teases me, says I'm the most stubborn man she's ever met. And maybe I am. But I'd sell everything I own again if it meant one more day with her. Because real love, it doesn't quit. It doesn't run. It fights even when the other person forgets how to hope.